Welcome to Bar Talk. I'm your host, Brandon T. This is a place we have conversations about what's happening in the world and what's going on. And before I get started, like, subscribe, everywhere you see me at. Question I have for y'all. The first question, I have a couple questions. We're going to go through the first one. First question is, how y'all feel about we sending all this money over there for foreign aid? And then two, what do you think? What is that magic number to win in Ukraine? Because it's a dollar amount. Because we're not sending troops, we're not sending help. It's got to be an actual dollar amount we got to get to. Now, hopefully, it ain't the same dollar amount we got to in Afghanistan. Because as soon as they cut off Afghanistan, that money had to go somewhere. It couldn't come back here and all right, we don't need Afghanistan money. We're gonna pay off everybody's student loans. That didn't happen. Or we're gonna help with inflation or the needs of the average American. Nope, it turned into the next conflict. And funny how on time the next conflict actually was. And so now we gotta send money to Ukraine, and then we gotta send money to Israel. And I'm not sure why exactly we sending money to Israel. I guess we want to make sure they destroy all the other country over there. I guess we'll make sure they got all the money to do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them to halfway do it and so forth. And then two, they want to ban TikTok. They're like, TikTok is national security, just like we sending money to Ukraine and we sending money to Israel. You know what I'm saying? Now TikTok is national security for some reason. And what's actually on TikTok and so forth? It ain't like they hacking your phone or nothing. They pretty much is looking at your algorithm and so forth. And whatever you looking at that the algorithm got, that's what they know. And so with the Chinese knowing that is against national security. Yep. And then two, they might say, hey, Biden ain't no good. And that might come from somewhere else. But by this point we've already made our decisions about who you're going to vote for and who you like. Because like I said, you look at Grandpa over there, Biden, or you look at Trump over there, and you already done made your mind up based on your pockets of who you're going to vote for and so forth. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, maybe it all matters. Then there's the border. Nobody cares about the border. I guess they figured it out later. They're gonna just, hey, as it stands now, if you jump the border now, they're gonna send you to some city, put you up in accommodations, give you a food card and a Visa card, and let you be until they tell you to come to court, which they're not gonna come looking for you. But if you're an American citizen and miss court, you know what happens. You know what happens then? They knocking on your door to come get you. But hey, who am I? Just a guy on the mic. And with that being said, we're gonna go to our next question. Is it fair for women to tell other women what they need to be doing, and so forth? And for instance, I have a clip I want to play for you, and then we'll talk about it after we finish.
Want a woman who says she's a boss.
Insecure men don't want a
No,
boss.
no,
That's
no
all right.
man. They
Finish it,
respect
babe.
you as your singer and they're
That's
pandering
fine.
because of your talent. But are they taking you home and saying that's my wife?
Somehow.
There's a difference
Somehow. That's a point of
between your art
understanding.
and being a wife. Because the
hear
Bible, you talked about being a Christian,
Yeah.
but it says the older women need to teach the younger women, and younger women need to be submissive. But you know how many young women are not submissive to what men say? But you say you're a Christian woman.
Okay.
You can't be a Christian woman and buck against what men are saying. That is anti-biblical, it's anti-God, it's anti-Christ, and it makes you the great Babylon.
I'm gonna be honest
But
with
don't
you.
claim Christianity
Babylon.
if you're not willing to submit to when men are telling you.
I can
A lot of
claim
women are Christian
Christianity.
feminists. You claim Christianity when it works in your favor,
Not
but you
necessarily.
put down men and say, you're rebellious. You are anti-Christ, and you are the Jezebel.
Ooh. The Jezebel, as she says.
Speaking nothing but facts.
I totally agree with that. That was a reach. The Jezebel, because what? See, this is the thing. Everybody got the good book, and so forth. They got the good book. They know they know about it. They don't got it. They know about it, and they hear it secondhand. And then when you hear stuff secondhand, you get stuff like this, where it's the forces to talk about submission and so forth. But the funny thing about it in that good book, it says it talks about a virtuous woman. You know, it says the virtuous woman worth is more than rubies. It says in there. I can't remember the quite verses in there, but it's in there somewhere in Proverbs and so forth. But they don't never start there about being a virtuous woman. They jump all the way to the submission part and so forth. And like I said, I don't understand it, but hey, it's like secondhand. But like I said, I'm gonna bring in Sharice, and Sharice is gonna talk a little bit about it. Sharice, how are you doing this evening?
Hello, I'm a little under the weather, but I'm hanging. How are you?
I'm very well, very well. So, what do you think about women giving women advice on the way they're doing it now? What do you think about that? Be submissive.
Well, first of all, I got too many opinions on this. I agree
Start at
with
the top.
most men. Women should not be giving other women advice when it comes to men. We think we know stuff that we don't know. If you want advice, call your guy friend. They're usually the ones that's going to tell you whether somebody is really on, where women take it upon themselves to think like themselves and speak for a man, and it just doesn't work. In my experience, now, if you got some
Right?
girlfriend who got some man qualities and she can think like a man and hit some
Don't work.
things on point,
Still don't work.
go for it. Listen to her. But in my experience, most of the best advice I've gotten from relationships has come from a man about the relationship and what it is. And they've always told me the truth, where women don't want to, that's another thing. We don't want to hurt each other's feelings. And I really want to tell you, girl, he just not that into you. When you thinking that dude don't even like her. Okay, so we need to tell each other the truth, or stop telling each other advice coming from a male point of view, because most of us don't know what we're talking about. And
Right.
that's just how I feel about it.
Right. And her whole point that she was so hard on said, a man doesn't want a boss woman. A man doesn't want a woman that got her stuff together. I'm like, what's the opposite of that? If you're gonna put that out that way, that means you saying a man wants a woman that's a liability, a woman that doesn't bring anything to the table but herself. Is that what the message is out there to women? Is don't be successful, don't be the best you can be, don't achieve, just be. Your hope should be just to submit to a man. That's all you should want to do is just submit to a man and whatever he want to do, and then hope that someone saying he want to do is what you want to do. Is that where a lot of this stuff's going?
I think it goes both either way. There's some men who do want a boss woman. There are men who want to know that if they build a business, you can be right there helping them build that business. And in some cases, the woman actually in the background did all the business part of it. He just
Mm.
had the know how. And if it wasn't for her, there would be no business at all. So, to a degree, you need a boss woman if that's what your goals are. Now, if other people have goals of all we want to do is be fruitful and multiply, then by any, hey, go for it. If you want your woman at home, go find a woman who agrees with that philosophy, and you all have her at home and be fruitful. She takes care of the home. She wants to be a housewife. You want a housewife? That's good. But there are other women who really have talent and skills, a skill set that a man to a degree needs if he's going to be successful. Just because you can do something does not mean you're going to be good at a business, where a woman may be good at just running a business, any business.
Right.
And you might need that boss woman.
Absolutely. Because like I said, we can say we all know, you know what I'm saying, grandma was behind granddaddy. Granddaddy might have been great, but grandma was right there putting stuff together. And she just won't just a submissive woman. She was actually making moves. Or then we can even take it a bigger step. We can say Michelle Obama made Barack Obama who he was by pushing him. She won't just say submissive, docile woman. She was a boss woman. You know what I'm saying? She was big time lawyer making that big money while he was out here trying to figure out the nuance of politics and so forth. And they act like that's the wrong thing. I tell you, it's like I said, I don't know where in the culture now is. I don't know who they saw You know what it is? You know what I blame? I'm blaming social media because if you get on that thing and you can see like the rappers, we're gonna blame the rappers because you know so they want to be flashy. They take their show money and just throw it out like they just started a business and something just happened to come to them, but they had to show up at a place and do what they had to do and got paid for it and then to show their paycheck. I guess we all could go. If you get your paycheck on Friday, you can go cash it, tell them to give you the money, and you can flash it around like they do, and then go pay your bills after that, like they do. But that right there is convincing some of these people out here that there's a alternate reality. Because I seen this one thing before. It was it was a while ago. It was something about Jay-Z. Jay-Z spent some money taking a bunch of people out, part of his crew and so forth. And I think Jay spent $500,000 on it. And people were like, oh my God, $500,000. But then if you put it in perspective, dude worth $1 billion, $500,000 was like him spending $500. But then people think like, oh, that they stuck on that number, putting their information, what they see in their particular situation, and I think that right there is causing all the problems. Because you're comparing yourself to something that you have no reason to compare yourself to. These folks
The underlying word though is compare.
Yes.
It doesn't even matter if it's a Jay-Z or even if you're comparing yourself to somebody. You make 50 and your friend make 150, and now you comparing your little 50 to what they can do with their 150. Somebody gonna fall short all the time, and the competition is going to be there all of the time.
Yes.
Which is why we have to stop the comparison situation. That's where we get in trouble. Whether it's a baller you comparing yourself to, or somebody that you're just, it could be somebody still even on your own level. That don't mean they're gonna stay there, and that don't mean you got the goods to get to where the next level they're going either.
Right. Absolutely. And so, like I said, it's unfair to yourself. It's unfair to everything else. It's unfair to the world that we compare yourselves to what's happening out here, because all it's doing is causing videos like this. And like I said, that woman that was talking probably seen, she opened up her social media, saw one of the rapper's girlfriend, ain't had to do nothing but smile and so forth. And she's like, well, women, you should do nothing but smile with the average guy and so forth. And not like you need to achieve and get it on your own. And with
But
that,
see, we're not talking about what's happening in the background to just smile, okay? Because he ain't just got you smiling, okay? It's a bunch of other women smiling too. Because he got it like that.
oh yeah.
Everybody's smiling.
Everybody.
You just get in line, okay?
Wait your turn. And I'm pretty sure she wouldn't go for that situation. But what she saw on the Instagram and so forth, it was a girl smiling. You know, and as it is that. And so, like I said, it's false reality. And with that being
Let's talk about the other part of that. Wait, I'm still on this because it was something about women being submissive.
right.
Okay, so I didn't actually hear that whole video. I thought I had. I haven't. But you're talking, the one woman that was going off and saying, okay, you a Jezebel, you have to be submissive. First of all, I just have to say this part, and we can move on to where you're going here. You can't be women. Forget that submissive stuff if you're not submitting to a man who is submitting to God. Because you sitting there, oh, I'm going to be submissive, and you done met a fool, and just because he went to church, you think I should submit, and that doesn't mean that this person is submitting to God. There's a lot more than just be submissive in the statement, but people don't talk about that. They don't talk about that you could be submitting yourself to the wrong man, because that was not what that was intended to do, just to go get a man and be submissive. He a whole fool. And you sitting up there doing whatever he wants you to do. No.
So everything ain't equal then. So every man ain't equal. So you grab a guy, you said that you need to figure out if his qualifications is right before you submit to him. Is that what you said?
You gotta vet him just like they vetting you, okay? See what he's submitting to, because if he's submitting to the streets and you submitting to him, then both of y'all submitting to the streets.
Right. You gotta make sure he's a man. You gotta make sure he prove himself he's a man first, and then you submit to him. You heard it here
If
first,
you're gonna
ladies.
be in that position.
Yes,
That's how I feel.
You make sure who you submit to. Because, like I said, you can submit to a fool all day. They plenty of jokers out here. They got nothing on their mind, but nothing. And you could be submitting to him, and y'all submitting to nothing. Yeah, absolutely.
And lots of women have done that because they went to church and they listened to what the pastor, the deacon, or whoever said, you're supposed to submit to your husband. And you done went and got a rat for a husband.
Right.
And now you're submitting and thinking he's supposed to be, I'm just going to submit to him. And even in that, submission does not mean we just go along with his program. A real man that has a woman submitting to him isn't just making willy-nilly decisions on his own either.
Right.
He's going to go to God, he's going to talk to her, and then he's a good one is going to figure out what's the best solution for his family. The problem is most people are given the best solutions for themselves and nothing to do with the family.
So you're saying that when it comes to submitting and decision making and so forth, it's a collective thing. It's not just that the man is a dictator in the family, in the household, whatever he say go. The woman forget whatever you want, whatever your thoughts, whatever your dreams, whatever is not put down. It's we come together, we talk about it, and then go. Is that what you're saying?
Well, first you go to God. He can figure out go to God, find out what you're wanting to do, and then come together and talk about it. And then both people pray about it. Submission should come with peace too. Submission shouldn't come with strife because that's not submitting the way it was meant to be submissive. Where, okay, I'm going to submit, but I don't like it. And I'm going to fight you. And every time something happened wrong, I'm going to blame you for it because this was your decision.
Right.
That's not submission either.
Right.
Submission should come with peace because
Absolutely.
both parties should have prayed and have the right answer. And you trust that that man is following God and not just deciding, I want a new car and you better submit to me, I'm going to get it.
Right.
That's it.
So the man need to have some wisdom with him and so forth. Absolutely. 100% agree. 100% agree that man need to have some wisdom with him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. We agree. Absolutely. All right. And with that being said, ladies, take what you hear from another person, especially another woman, about men's opinion with a grain of salt. If she ain't been married 158 years, you take it with a grain of salt. Cause like I said, there's a lot of the women out here on this social media. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of the women out here's opinion about men. They lesbians. They don't even like men. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of you find they live alternative lifestyles. They can't keep a relationship they self. They have no successful relationships with men, but they got a bunch of opinions about men. So
or they don't want you to have one. They ain't nowhere in the world your friend who can get a man wants you to have a happy and successful relationship. She's gonna do everything to sabotage you. Go ahead and listen to it if you want to.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, and then let's move it on to our last part. I'm gonna let Sharice lead this part, and I will I will share my opinions later. Go ahead, Sharice.
Well, first I want to say, everybody chime in on the last topic. I do love those comments. I love reading them. I love how people say the comments. Give us your opinion. Let us know what you think, whether you agree with it or not.
You better
I'm
agree
not
with
gonna
me. You better
I'm not
agree with
gonna.
me.
I'm not fighting nobody, but so give a shot. I'm not about to fight nobody. Okay, I get enough crap in my inbox about my fashion tips, so I gotta. I might fight you on that, but I'm not fighting on what I feel about what God said. All right, so today we're gonna talk about these sundresses, ladies. Now listen.
Sundress season's coming up, fellas. It's
Don't
coming.
get too excited.
It's coming, fellas. It's almost here. Woo! It's almost here.
Okay, look, if you've been frying chicken all winter in that sundress, you've been walking around your house, now you want to wash it out, hang it to dry, and put it on with some accessories. No, okay? Go get you some new dresses. I see some of y'all walking around here, and I call them the B2B dresses. They lint balls all over them, and it needs a lint shaving, and they all knotted up, and you gonna put that on to go outside. You know you was frying chicken all winter in that dress. You cooked Christmas dinner in it. Go get you a new dress. Okay.
All
Now
right.
the next thing,
No chicken
these
fried.
strapless.
No
No,
chicken.
no chicken. You done had that dress for 3 years frying chicken, and now you wearing it outside. Don't do that. The next thing, you all in these strapless dresses. Now, here's the thing: if you are bigger than a C cup, put a bra on. Okay, braless is for the less than blessed. Okay, so go put a bra on.
Less than blessed, huh?
Is for the less than blessed. So you're bigger than the C, put a bra on. It's not cute. And then don't go putting on no bra that the dress has got a whole bunch of colors in it, and you go put on a bra without any of those colors in it, and we can see all the straps. That's a mess too.
Bra
You
etiquette.
can match one of the colors in the dress. I'll give you that. I've seen people do that. It actually works out. Looks like the bra straps are actually part of the dress.
Okay.
Match the colors if you have to. But at least go put a bra on if you're bigger than the C cup. Again, bigger than the C cup, put a bra on. The less than blessed, okay? It's for braless people. Okay, so next, if it's a bad fit. Okay, some of y'all got on these dresses, they too short, they too low cut, everything hanging out. Don't wear that. Don't wear that at all. Just go get some new ones and go get some help buying some new ones. I love a sundress. I'm the sundress queen. But if they look bad, they look old, they look tattered, I just go buy new ones. Bless somebody else with that dress that you had on last year, okay?
Fellas.
If it's too small.
Fellas, is there a problem with the sundress, regardless of the sundress? Throw that in the comments. If the sundress, if the sundress ride regardless, and she got the right shape for it, and it ride regardless. So if it's 20 years ago, fried chicken, made bacon in it earlier in the day, all that stuff, put it in the comments. Go ahead.
Put on some undergarments. That's all I got to say.
Hold up now. That's the mystique of the sundress. You I don't know about the undergarments. I might disagree with you on that now. You know, the sundress move a certain way. You fellas, you know what I'm
Again,
talking about. That
if
sundress move a certain way.
no undergarments is for the less than blessed. When you got some blessings, you need some work, some help.
I
Put
don't
on the
know
bra
now. I don't
and
know
put on
now.
some underwear.
I don't know that. I might reach you on the bra side, but the rest is how you feel when it comes to me. How you feel in it.
I see you a little too excited about these sundresses. That's all I got. Next week, we're going to talk about feet.
Oh man, take care of your feet out here, people. Yeah. Well, with that being said, this has been Bar Talk. I've been your host, Brandon T. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment wherever you see me at and Therese. And with that being said, peace.